Hey there, boys and girls of the YouTube world. Today, Duff Dog and I are going to see if we can't get a 1966 Ford F100 running. That's right, she's a warm one. Got this thing at a farm auction along with another pickup. Stay tuned for that one. This here is a 66 Ford F100, long box, two-wheel drive. So she's a half ton, fleet side bed. I don't know what color green that is, kind of like it. Had a little time to look at it going down the road and chaining it down, and so know a few more things about it now than I did when I loaded it up. It was super disgusting when we were loading it up, just hot. Paul was being angry. So, we got some time to look at it in the shop. It's a little bit cooler in here. Just a little bit, huh, Duffers? So like I said, this is 66. This is the last year of this body style. They made these from 61 to 66. 64, 5, and 6 had this nice fleet side bed. The 61 to 63 have what a lot of guys call the wrong side bed or a slab side, which was basically a 57 to 60, which is a fridge. That bed grafted on the side of these, which I think is hideous. And then the grills changed every year. They're a little bit different from year to year. I kind of like the 64s, but 66, not my favorite. But it is what it is. This thing's got the tow hitch on the front, so when it breaks down, because it's a Ford, we can tow it home. Just kidding. I'm an equal opportunity hater. Somebody said I need to have a more positive attitude, so we're going to work on that. Anywho, it's got this rack on the side, which I think was for like hauling lumber. You could haul long boards like the length of the pickup. Guy was a farmer, not a carpenter. Fog lights, they're busted off. I think they're ugly, so we're probably gonna take those off if we keep it around. So mud must came off that big old mud slut of a tire there and sat above the headlight on the eyebrow here and rusted out the fender. That's weird, never really seen that before. And she's got a few whiskey dents from being a farm truck and whatnot. A little rust down here in the bottom of the cab corner. And then, I don't know if he backed into something or got the mirror on something. But this door, she's been fixed, but she's pretty chewy. Just a bit chewy. Look at the CB antennae on the roof. Fuel tanks were still behind the seat. I think they didn't change that until 73. Toolbox, what do we got? Knife. Oh, when we're loading it up, see how she's got this air hose here? And it's got a fitting down here with a shutoff on it. This thing has got a PTO driven air compressor. That's right, it's got a 4-speed. And on the side of that 4-speed, there's a PTO with a shaft coming out. And it runs an air compressor. And there's a cute little air tank underneath there too. Look at how many times this door's been opened. Got the paint worn right down to shine. Looks like chrome there. Same thing from leaning on it. Well, check her out. I suppose you ain't seen this. Oh, you did see it when we were there. Padded dash. The other 66 had that, so I don't know if that's... Whoofta, she's warm in there. An option... or if 66 they all had it. So Princess, not Princess Auto for you Canadians. Princess here, I believe, is the PTO for the air compressor. I don't know what this button does. Is that for the squirters? For the wiper washers? We got the keys. I was trying to read what this chunk of leather said, but I can't really read it. Something about Maddock, North Dakota. I suppose the elevator gave them something. Oh yeah, upside down keys, Ford things. Pretty basic in here, other than the padded dash, which is in surprisingly good shape. Oh yeah, that's right, he added the old Kraco cassette deck and the cigarette lighter and the speakers. Nothing but the finest. What is this sock? Why is there a sock back here? You never know when you might need a sock when you're out in the field, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, that's right, baby.
Custom seat cover, nothing in the pockets. Anything down here? Oh, had some peach slices one day for lunch. And another tube sock over there. Back to the toolbox. Oh, sure didn't have any brake issues. Got some key stock, some looby-doob, hook for a dog chain, another knife, cheapy ratchet strap that looks like it's busted. Oh, coolant tester. You guys down south don't know about these, but up north you gotta test your coolant to make sure she don't freeze up on you in the winter. Tire pressure gauge, fuses, Swiss Army knife from the Farmers Union and Oil and Maddock and Oberon. What is this? Oh my God. Levi Garrett 5-star? Oh, we're gonna have to try that out. Oh yeah. What do you think, Duff? How do I look? He's not impressed with Levi Garrett, but it's even my size. Allen wrenches, pin for the hitch, a little coolant. OJ gloves galore. Those are for getting rid of the body. Craftsman, that's a sweet deal. Tin snips, another tire gauge. All kinds of the goodies in here. Test light, screwdriver. Test light with all the wire. So she's a poker, just like that gal you knew in high school. I don't think there's much over there. More OJ gloves and a used up roll of duct tape. Oh, we can even lock that so nobody gets in there. Better throw a Levi in there for the ride. It's a nice hat. Got the hog ring up here. This guy did have beef, cattle, and hogs. So yeah, put your hog in here. Tie the snout up to that thing. Tire chains set on both sides. I think it's got an inverter. Oh yeah, all the good stuff. Some implement parts back here. I do not know what that belt was for. Belt buckle. Back into a couple things. Wrap these stupid toe bumpers around. I think all the hubcaps are there. Those are an externally mounted hubcap, and that wheel's an internally mounted wheel, so it's not a matching wheel. But tech tip of the day, you can put these on like your 40 Ford, and then you can run a 15-inch tire. These later F100s use the same bolt pattern. And they went from a 16 down to a 15, and you can run like a 40 Ford style hubcap on these things, and then get a little bit cheaper or more attainable tire, even though 16s are pretty prominent again. Got the sweet hook on there for your safety chains. Tailgate, she's got a few whammies on her. Whammy! She been used. And then I don't know why, but he felt the need to touch up this corner of the bumper, typical old man style, and then got overspray on the box side. Dang it. Hopefully that holds air, because we're gonna need a tire. We pumped that one up. It ain't holding. I think this is one of the drawers out of the other rig that we bought there. Tube socks, just, oh yeah. Oh, Duff. He's got his BVDs in here too. You don't want those? Okay, we'll put them back. Chapstick, doorknob, another blade. Man, this guy was all about knives. Got in a lot of knife fights. Stir stick, nope. GMC emblem. What's in the glove box? Oh yeah. Clip-ons. Those will go good with Levi here. Calculator still works. What a deal. That was for the Fairgrove Can Piercer, Hong Kong. Ah, it doesn't say Schmidt or Schlitz or Hams on it. Dang it. Spoon. I suppose this was all for eating his lunch out in the field. Oh yeah, for opening his pears. Some change, earplugs, pipe plug, all the can openers. Tums for when you got the heartburn after you ate too many pears. Another wrench, some grease zerks, a few goodies in there. Oh, and this one does have carpet. I don't know if that's factory or not. I think he put it in later. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is, I did notice she's had some patching going on. Oh, I put some sound deadener in there. You could see riveted in some little patches in there. Not too bad of a job. Oh, the mouse he's got above the headliner reminds me of the 60 Ford. Oh, gross. We'll just fix that. Pretend like it never happened. He did add on an amp gauge and an oil pressure gauge. Those should be blocked off on these, and then they just got dummy lights there in the middle for the alternator and the oil pressure. Must be the heat controls down there. Was he a smoker? Nope. Liked his chapstick though. Always had chapstick. Tow mirrors for pulling all the tail, Duff. This side's actually pretty good for whiskey dents. Usually it's the passenger side that's wiped out. Ain't even all rusty in the step area. Are these cabs different? I was thinking the 61 unibody had like a big step in there, but am I smoking crack, Duff? I don't know. It does have seat belts. You already checked it out. It stinks. More white paint. I suppose he stood on the roof and painted the rafters in his barn. Let's see what we got going on under here. Duff, you gonna help? Get that hood open. So what do we got under here? I think it's a 300. That's what they told me. And it's, I'm guessing, a 240 or 300 because the carburetor's on that side, not on this side like the 223s. No power steering, no power brakes. Here's our wiper squirter. Colostomy bag's missing. Somebody had it on an overflow tank, it looks like. That's not factory. Voltage regulator, so she's externally regulated. There's the inverter I was talking about. How neat is that?
How neat is that?
66 did have alternators, not generators. That doesn't look like an oil bath air cleaner. Jimmy, check the dipstick.
Think with your dipstick, Jimmy!
Oh yeah, all kinds of oil. What's this tag all about? Why do you got a tag on your coil wire? Even ran a Motorcraft oil filter. Nothing but the finest for the old farm truck. No flexi hoses? Coolant? Oh yeah. Well, something wet. Let's throw a battery in this thing. See what we got. We got brakes? Yeah, right. That ain't coming open. We got a 4-speed, who cares? Duff, go grab a battery. Still need a battery sponsor? Yeah, we do. We're getting low, running out of them. Seems how this thing was last tagged 24 years ago. That's almost a quarter century. We're gonna go ahead and pull the fuel hose off the fuel pump so we don't suck up any bad gas, because valve guides really don't like that stuff. And we're not very good with sticky valves around here, in case you haven't noticed. How stiff is this hose gonna be? That's a knee slapper. Don't take that the wrong way. Oh, she's getting fuely. That's good, maybe. Don't smell bad, but it don't smell good. Yeah. I don't know that that stuff's gonna burn. So this rubber hose that comes with your fuel filters, these inline ones, is usually the crappiest rubber hose you've ever seen. I'm guessing this filter really isn't that old or hasn't been on here for very long. And you can just see how it's all cracked out there. I don't know what that stuff's made of, PVC or something, but she don't last. Ugh. What's the proper way to dispose of old gas? I mean, it's clearly the way that I do it, but how do you dispose of your used gas? Is it Greta approved? Throw that in the air cleaner collection and never go back on a vehicle. Oh man, legit battery hold down clamp. Got the schwanky shut-off adapter. Oh yeah. Razzy did her up right. Color-coded. Hot dang. If we get this thing running, we're going to have to get the old lady's blow dryer out. Plug that in there. See if she works. Something about that sound makes me have to take a leak. Got ourselves a never start here. You just stay on the fan. We don't need to clean up no cables. Plumb in the old loser switch. Which side is it? Right here? 50-50-90 rule. 50-50 odds, 90% of the time you're wrong. Just like that time. Oh yeah, that's the one we need. Oh, let's take it out of gear. We haven't done that for a while. Where were you on that one, Duff? Well, we got spark. Let's see, we got spark after sitting for 25 years. Nope. I don't know what he's all fired up about. Because I should have checked the points right away? Yeah. Okay. Sometimes it works without doing that. It does look like new in here. So, man, that cap and rotor looks like new inside. We got power because it's arcing when I stick my screwdriver in there. That's a plus. Give her the old Mortske flick. Ow! Dang it. We hadn't done that in a while either. Yeah, we might need to clean them up a bit. So I noticed we got a fuel leak here already. So there must have been a little bit of fuel in the pump yet. and it's leaking out of where I said that hose was cracked. So we're gonna need some more of that. We're gonna need a bigger drain pan, I know. And we probably shouldn't be playing with spark around that gas. It's probably not gonna burn either. So we got our points closed, gonna slip them open, slide my sandpaper in there. Ooh, I do have points files. Several of you guys have sent me a points file, but I like sandpaper. Turn the key back on. How about now? Still nothing? What if we give them the old Mortske flick now? Still nothing. Let's go ahead and recycle this weed killer. Alright, we'll try out old Hansi's point file here. See if that makes a difference. Sometimes you just need the right tool. We'll even gap it. If we could figure out what it's supposed to be gapped at. Let's see what the Google says. 0.25. Holy buckets, that's a big gap. It must be pretty close. Oh yeah. 20 slides through freely, so we must be at least 22. We're supposed to be at 25. Good enough for the girls I go with. 25 slides through with just a little resistance. So why ain't we got no spark? Must have been all I needed, cleaning up with the points file. All kinds of sparkage. Make sure you put that back in there, or you will be disappointed. This is all. He's got the old oil pressure light wire just tied up here on the throttle cable because he put that new gauge in there, mechanical one. Just trying to figure out what that wire is for. Double check our timing quick. 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 4. 15's too young, 36 too old, 24 is just right. I think those numbers need to be bumped up, right, Puddin'? Before we pump any more fuel around, I'm gonna go ahead and replace these fuel lines. Maybe we'll even tap on this fuel filter just to see how much crud is in there from its previous operation. Got a lot of pressure on it, like, oh yeah, like the float's sticking. You can see it's getting all fuely up there by the carbonator on the way in. So I'm guessing our float is stuck up. Needle and seat stuck closed. I suppose it wouldn't be the float that's stuck, it's the needle and seat that actually sticks, usually. The neat thing about Fords is this is an addition. It's a Fram. Nothing wrong with a Fram fuel filter. But the Fords have their own filter built right in to the fuel pump. I kind of like them because they're big and they hold a lot of crud before they plug up. These ones, they're easy to replace, that's about it. So that makes me feel like there maybe was some issues adding to this. Maybe he didn't drive it enough before. And that's maybe why it was sitting quite a bit longer than the other rig we picked up there. Let's go tap this thing out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go tap this out on the bench. And so the fuel flows this way, so we're going to tap this end on the bench and see what we get. We'll even put down one of the nice blue guest towels from the bathroom. Looks pretty good. Sometimes you'll get a whole bunch of rust and dirt when you tap that out. I think this one's good to go. Go grab a couple new chunks of 3/8 fuel line. Slide her back together. Alright, there's always an arrow on these things. Make sure you put it on the right way. I don't know what happens when you put it on the wrong way. It's like wiring up the coil backwards. Just don't do it. I suppose we better address this issue here of a leak at the fuel inlet. That ought to do it. I'm gonna even snug that fitting up a bit. Oh yeah, that fitting's pretty loose. You don't want to go too tight because that's aluminum or pot metal, whatever carburetors are made of. And you don't want to strip that out. A lot of guys do it. Don't be that guy. Of course, line wrench. Are we going to put a battery hold down on today, Duff? Have we bolted a battery down in anything so far? Not really. First time for everything. This clamp sucks. I don't think he ever used this. Am I doing this all wrong? Probably. I don't get too big a battery. No. Too big for the clamp anyhow. We're gonna make it work. Alright. I'm over that thing. One clamp's good enough. Well, if that fuel tank was done draining, we could dump some new fuel back in there and test it out. Oh, we got a tire to fix. Check some brakes. Even though we know how that's gonna go. And, oh, there's a little down there at the bottom. Maybe it all didn't leak out and we might have brakes. What do you guys think? 50-50, either we do or we don't. I'm guessing if there's fluid in there, we probably do. But you guys are probably right. No brake. You must have had this thing plumb full. Don't you worry, none of this was spilled in the process. Let's take our Zeppelin cap, snag ourselves a sample, and give it the patented, world-renowned Mortske butane test. See if it's the old Get Her Done 91, or she ain't gonna be alive number 5. Here we go. This stuff ain't gonna burn. Oh! A lot of black smoke, not burning real clean. I don't know what that means. Maybe it'll burn. Let's not find out. It's always fun lighting stuff on fire though. Yeah, look at all that residual that won't burn though. Yeah, not good. Go in there and check those brakes out while we're waiting for that fuel to drain out. Maybe it'll drain faster. Oh, it's a vented cap. Shouldn't matter. Son of a biscuit. Oh, we could probably turn that off. Oh, right to the top. I don't know if that's an issue or not. Yeah, it's definitely octane rating of 5, just like Levi said. How bad does that look in there? Well, I can tell you it does not look good. But it's getting empty at least. I suppose. Pop that tire off, stick a tube in her. White wall out. I like Razzy style. Easy on the paint, man. What? Double nutted? Look at this hot rod. There's literally more lug nuts on this wheel at 8 than I think there was on that whole Camaro that we did. Wait, I think the Camaro had 10. Yeah, I think 2 wheels had 3 and 2 wheels had 2. 2, 4, 7, 10. And there's 8 of them right here. So I don't know, is this your like theft locks? Because these are 3/4 and these are 13/16. They figured the cowboys that were going to steal this. I don't know. All the horsepower. That's right, Puddin'. 3 won't hold it. 8 will. Holy buckets. That ain't something you see every day. Guess I'm gonna have to go get a 3/4 socket too. What do you think, Duff? Should we put all 8 back on there? I don't see why not. Oh, hot dang! She's studded even. And I'm guessing I found out where all that brake fluid went. Or maybe that's an axle seal leak. Oh yeah, that's definitely axle seal. Overload springs even? Thanks for the coil shipment this week, Ken. You're a gentleman and a scholar. I'm gonna throw this on my tire machine, whamming a tube in it, because we don't fix things the right way. I don't know. Some people don't like tubes. I do, because they don't go flat, unless you pinch them. Or you got a really terrible tire, which this one's probably pretty worn on it. It'll be good enough. We got a spare. This job is really tiring. That's a knee slapper. Dad jokes. Well, now that the fuel's finally done draining, one eternity later, let's see how bad the inside of the tank looks. Looks pretty rusty. I suppose straighten this out as good as we can. Well, I've seen worse, but it's definitely not good. We're gonna need to be putting fuel filters on regularly, I got a feeling. But that's what we got. I think it'll be good enough to put some gas in. Ford's usually in our forte, but I got a good feeling about this one. Everybody says how indestructible the 300s are. Duff does not agree. Good mood. Duff is not in a good mood. Ray knows I'm lying. Let's fill this vent bowl. We know the fuel pump's working because it was leaking up here. We don't have the fuel tank hooked up yet. I know. I'll get it going. We're not going to lose the shop. Such an angry puppy today. Watch this. Watch Duff. She's going to go. Where's our throttle at? Oh, man. That's a nice throttle linkage. Slingshot engaged.
Slingshot engaged.
about ready to pull the coil wire off because I was sick of hearing this thing run. Shows you just how good on gas these 300s are. You fill the bowl and it runs for like 5 minutes. Other than a little valve train noise, this thing sounds pretty good. Pulled the breather cap off. Wasn't any blow-by coming out of there. Accelerator pump isn't leaking yet. Seems like it's working. So I think all we gotta do is fill this thing up with gas. Don't be a wank. Fill your tank. Get that fuel hose back up. Ready to go. This thing was stored properly. Well, I don't know about that, but I don't think there was any issues when they parked it. I think they just retired it, or the guy got old, or got out of farming, or easy peasy lemon squeezy on this one though. Clean some points, a couple of fuel hoses, drain the bad gas, fix a tire, battery. You guys might make a Ford believer out of me after all. Just needed to get a 300. Hopefully an oil change will clear up that clatter up top, or maybe they just clatter all the time, I don't know. It didn't sound like a bad noise, just kind of a nuisance. I did go inside and look in the cab, and it's got about 20 pounds of oil pressure in idle, which ain't bad, although it is cold. We're not leaking fuel up here, but then again, the fuel pump, well, there had to have been some fuel in there that was still pumping up here, because there's no way a little hot sauce we put up there made it run that long. So I think we'll hook up that fuel line, clean up our tools. We might even put the air cleaner back on this thing. Nah, probably not. Let's check out underneath this thing, Duff. A little rust in the cab corner. Here you can see what he's got going on for air stuff here. I don't know if this is his shut-off valve. Got a gauge here, but that's seen too many rocks. That's his reservoir tank. This guy greased the snot out of things. Thought the pinion seal was leaking back there. No, it's just grease coming from the U-joint. He was a firm believer in maintenance. I'm alright with that. You can see where he's... Oh, that's copper even. Oh, no, that's hard plastic. I don't know what that contraption going up there. That's just the gauge in the cab. There's his PTO-driven compressor and his fancy bracket that he made to mount it here. Floors are gosh darn phenomenal on this thing. Here's his 110 inverter wire. Cab corner on this side doesn't have any rot. Look at them cab supports and floors. Inner rocker. This is like the nicest thing we probably own right now. But yeah, you can see there's this, I don't know if it's a Chelsea PTO drive off the transmission. Oh, he had to notch his crossover, so he beefed her up with some C-channel, both sides. And that runs back, drives that compressor, fills that reservoir over there. Got a blow-off valve. We're gonna have to see if that works. Heck yes. This thing is nice underneath. Just needs an axle seal. You can see she's pretty moist, and then of course that tire was just covered. You can put new shocks on it? No, just a new nut. I like the lack of a tailpipe, just dump right on the rear end. That's good for pinion seals. Oh man! Coilover shocks? Dang. This thing will really haul some huge loads. What is that seat bevel for? I feel like it was up there for a reason. What is that, cheesecloth caught in a clutch spring? I sure hope the clutch works. It's not like that 60 Ford wagon seized up. Silver dollar. Didn't that used to be a gentleman's club in Aberdeen? She's full. That was the last can of paint he probably spilled on this thing. Let's fill that carb up so it starts easy. You look at that, or even putting it back on. See if she fires up. Oh yeah, gotta hook the solenoid back up. Now she's gonna go. 20 pounds of oil pressure. Charging just about 30 amps. Let's see if Princess here makes air. I can hear it. She's got to be pulling fuel from the tank by now. Making air. How much? This one have an air gauge inside? Nope. What's this do? Oh, I bet those were just for his stupid fog lights. Oil pressure comes right up when you give her some gas. Hangs around 20 at idle though. Parked her right at 20,000. Let me guess, that don't work. The odometer, probably. 1 quart, 1 gallon. That's all gonna fall on her face, I know it. Just go away. Ugh, it's so full up there. Yeah, that headliner definitely needs to come down and evict whatever is left up there. Thing clattering away now? Or is that the compressor? Are we making pressure now? Oh yeah. Not a ton, but that'll be neat for pumping up tires. What do you guys think? Do a mobile Mortske rig? Better check the inverter. Then we'll know for sure. Is that the pop-off going off? Sweet! You hear that compressor running. Push the clutch in, it shuts off. What do you think about that thing? Pretty sweet, huh, Duff? Go get your blow dryer. Test out that inverter. What do we got we can plug in? Corded stuff's kind of a thing of the past around here. You guys remember those days when you had a cord on your trouble light? What the heck? Taillights are working. Or is that the glare from outside? I think they're working. Why are they on? Because the switch I hit? That must be the reflection. Maybe. What is this 2-prong crap? What am I gonna do with that thing? I don't have no adapter kit for one of them. Watch the smoke roll now. Nothing. It bogs the engine down when we hit it. Or speeds it up, I mean. Maybe my light don't work? Well. Oh, the light works. So apparently our inverter ain't working. We'll have to take it into the dealership, see if it's under warranty. Guess we're just gonna have to stick with the cordless tools on mobile Mortske rigs. What do you think, Duff? Should we take her for a rip? Move the skid steer out of the way? What do you think? Should we do this? Alright, hold up. See if Duff approves. Oh, we still don't know if it's got a clutch. Brakes are right to the top of the pedal. I think it backs up. There's definitely some brakes dragging though. Mirrors, radio. What? Brakes work. We need some like 70s country.
Are the truth in places beyond our
AM? That must be FM. Oh yeah! Tunes? So many firsts in this thing. This is probably not the music this guy was listening to. We'll just listen to the engine. Yep, speedometer is definitely not working. She snapped off at 20K. This mirror being cracked is kind of annoying. Your head's in front of the other one, so I can't see that one. She is quiet. Temp's running cool. Either we didn't put enough fuel in, or fuel gauge is not working. We're just gonna lean towards not working. So we put like at least 3 gallons in. Seat is shot, because I'm guessing most of it's up there. Just whisper quiet exhaust. The 300 does pull pretty good at the low RPMs. Maybe I ain't even pulling anymore. Must be doing 40. Strange noises. Temp staying. I don't know if any of these gauges. Oil and amps. Those two work. How much crap is going to slide around in the back of this thing at Donut Corner? Whoa! She pulls hard right on the braking. Think it's gonna do it, Duff? It's too quiet to do a donut, ain't it? Second gear even. Oh yeah. Pretty good. Well, the tires make more noise than the exhaust. I don't know. Put a seat in this thing. Fix the brakes so they don't pull so bad. An axle seal. Some new tires. Figured out the inverter. We got a tow hitch. We got a compressor. We got a radio. We got a cigarette lighter that may or may not work. We haven't tried that yet. We got mirrors. This thing is good. I mean, how many green seat covers like this do you ever see? They're always red or brown or black. Oh, as I'm just bragging it up, now it starts chugging. Come on, baby. Don't die on me now. Oh no. Oh no. Come on now. Yeah, it definitely died. Donuts are so hard on things. Are you running? Are you not running? Kind of chugging. I give it gas, it slows down. Just started giving me a little love there, Razzy. do this to me now. I just walked home last week. At least this one we can just pin the tow bar on, whatever. What do you think, Duff? Fuel filter plugging up? Maybe that's what we should name this thing. Princess. I mean, that's a pretty good shop truck name, huh? As we give it more gas, it slows down. What's that mean? Oh, you can hear the studs just crinkling on the asphalt. I think we gotta have those off by May 15th. Yeah. Probably gonna need a fuel tank and a carburetor. Oh yeah. Definitely something plugged up. As I pull the choke, she really lights off. So that means we are not getting enough fuel to air. So if I restrict the air, she runs good. And our oil pressure at idle is now 0. Think a fresh oil change is going to fix that? I think so. Because it sounds too quiet to be an issue. I mean, it ain't clattering away. Will it start again? Oh, like a champ. I don't know. What do you think, Duff? Keep it? You were complaining about it when we got it running. We didn't say much during the road trip. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that's another successful revival right there. I'm gonna have myself a Point Lakeside Vacation Ale. We ain't on vacation. We ain't at the lake, and we ain't in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. But I'll drink to getting Princess back on the road here. First time on the road in 24 years. Can you believe that? Carb needs going through. Probably needs a fuel tank, or at least to clean it. Brakes should be gone through because it pulls real hard to the right. Tires are a bit iffy. What else does it need? Needs an oil change and an axle seal. But other than that, it's got an air compressor. Inverter needs some tweaking. I think I'd go ahead and take the ladder rack, lumber rack off. Good cleaning. I think we should polish on this thing a little bit. See what happens. I bet that comes out pretty dang good. We could probably clean all that paint splatter off. And I bet a little goof off graffiti remover will take that off. What you think, Duff, huh? Yeah? Yeah. Kind of like this thing. And my unibody puked all the coolant out at work today. So I had to get a ride home from work. So I need another Ford in the fleet because that one's clearly no good. So let me know. I mean, this thing's going to be for sale no matter what for the right price. But I think I might keep it, put some brakes and stuff in there. But if you need it real bad, check the description down below. Send us an email, mortskerepair@gmail.com. Hit us up if you need some decals. They're $10 for a 4-pack. We're working on a t-shirt site, so maybe that's listed down below by now. I don't know. Take a look down there. This ain't one of my shirts, but we got shirts coming, and they're going to be a lot better than the last ones. Sorry for those of you who got one before. These ones are going to be even better, so get the new ones. All right. Let's go on to the next one, or order some parts, or go drive around and see if it comes out of that fuel issue. Remember, doesn't matter how you get it done, as long as you're having fun. This thing was fun. This was for a Ford. Fords kick our butt so bad. I think I need to do some driving on this thing just to see what's all cracked up to be on these 300s. Duff, if you could polish. Oh, I wish that door wasn't hooeyed up. Anybody got a green door? In color? Oh, looks like he was had a hooey there that he fixed himself. He's a body man too, jack of all trades. All right, back at it. All else says we got a sweet hat out of the deal. 64 was the first year of the twin IV? No, 65. Definitely 65. Second year of the IV right here.